A very good morning to all our viewers at Cricket Next. You are watching Morning Bulletin with me, Karan Bali, and I'm here with yet another set of news from across the globe, the cricketing news from across the globe. And we'll start with the most important topic that is going on in cricket these days, that is the Ashes. The third test got concluded yesterday, and England is still alive in this Ashes. As you all know, Australia won the first two tests at Edgbaston and Lords, and when they came to Headingley, they were looking for a 3-0 win so that they could seal the series and could push England out of the contention. But England have managed to stay alive in this series. By a victory by 3 wickets over Australia at Headingley. And as you see the visuals on the screen, that is the winning moment when Mark Wood and Chris Woakes celebrated England's 3 wicket victory over Australia. Mark Wood, as I said, was is the player of the match, and the way he played across the match, he came into this match, he was not playing the first two tests, but he was brought into this test, and he proved why he is an big asset for England. England were chasing 251 in their fourth innings when they were 27 for 0 at stumps day before yesterday, that is day 3. Yesterday was day 4, and they resumed their innings from 27 for 0, and Australia managed to pull them back by taking constant wickets. And there was a moment when the match got pretty even. Stevens, it was on a very balancing scale and could have gone on either side, but England somehow managed to pull the victory towards them. Zach in the fourth innings, England's fourth innings. Zach Crawley scored 44 of 55 runs. He gave a good enough start at the top, along with Ben Duckett, who scored he only scored 23 runs off 31 balls, but the partnership at the top was good. It gave a very solid start, especially when you were chasing 251. It gave a very solid start to the English team, and then an experiment. Moeen Ali coming in at number 3. He himself post the match when Stokes said that Moeen Ali himself told Stokes and the coach that he wants to put pressure on Australia. He wants to go at number 3 and have a go at them. But unfortunately, his stay ended quite soon. He just played 15 balls and scored only 5 runs without any boundaries. Joe Root, the man you expect much from, he's only scored 21 of 33 balls. He has had a quiet series so far. Apart from one or two good knocks, he has a very low scoring series. Harry Brook was the pick of the batter in the fourth innings for England. He scored 75 runs off 93 balls, and he almost took England home, but he got out when there were what could 40 runs left, 21 runs left, exact 21 runs left when Harry Brook got dismissed by Mitchell Stark. We all saw the collision between Stark and Cummins, but Cummins somehow managed to hold the ball. And Harry Brook scored 75 runs on 93 balls, a very good innings. Johnny Bairstow and Ben Stokes didn't stay for long. Ben Stokes scored 13 of 15 balls, and Johnny Bairstow 5 of 8 balls. But the last two batters, that is Chris Woakes. Chris Woakes built a very good partnership with Harry Brook. Chris Woakes was not out on 32 in 57 balls, scoring 4 boundaries, and Mark Wood, the player of the match, 16 runs in 8 ball, 1-4, 1-6. So when England required 21 runs, Mark Wood came in with Chris Woakes already standing. And Mark Wood, we all know, even in the first innings, the way he played, he has only one gear, and that is to play as fast as he can. He scored with a strike rate of 208 balls, 16, 1-4, 1-6, and he made sure that England didn't fumble towards the end, and they get the victory, and they surely did. Mark Wood and Chris Woakes took England home and then celebrated. Mark Wood was given the SSC player of the match because of his almost all-round performance. He hit the bat in the first innings. He scored 24 of 8 balls. That is a strike rate of 300, 4 and 3 sixes. And the second innings, as I told you, he scored 16 of 8 balls. But with the ball, he was quite exceptional. In the first innings, he took a fifer. just giving away 34 runs in 11.4 overs. 5 wickets, giving away 34 runs in 11.4 overs. And in the second innings, he took 2 wickets, so that makes 7 wickets in the match, along with the scores that he put up in the first and second innings. That is 24 plus 16, 40 runs and 7 wickets made him the man of the match. So England, as I said, is still alive in this series, and both the teams would be looking to see Australia would be looking to seal the series with a victory in the next match, but England would, as Ben Stokes said, that they have beat New Zealand and Pakistan by 3-0 in the past, so they are looking at this series in this similar fashion. They want to beat Australia 3-0 now. All the three matches they have already won the first match of the three matches that were left. The series is now 2-1 in the favor of Australia, but the last two matches are still to go, and this Ashes series, just like any other, is quite exceptional. This is probably a step more interesting and exciting because both on field, off field, former cricketers jumping in, too many controversies happening, and above all, quality cricket, absolutely amazing quality cricket is being played. Uh, and so we hope we get to see some more such matches. Both the last two matches, we hope that it's as interesting as the first three were. Moving on to the next piece of news, World Cup qualifiers got concluded yesterday. Yesterday was the final of the qualifiers between Sri Lanka and Netherlands, and Sri Lanka beat Netherlands by a big margin by 128 runs to pick up the qualifiers trophy. But Netherlands won't be unhappy because these two are the only teams that have qualified for the World Cup. The main aim of these qualifiers, as the word suggests, is to pick two teams that will go on to play this year's World Cup in October in India. And Sri Lanka and Netherlands are the two teams that have qualified for this year's World Cup. Although Netherlands lost the final against Sri Lanka by a big margin and couldn't lift the trophy, but they would be happy, as you can see a photo on your screen. Both the teams, Sri Lanka and the Netherlands, with a placard, a big board in which Namaste India 2023 is written, as these two teams will be traveling to India for this year's World Cup. To remind you, West Indies was also in this qualifiers, but unfortunately and shockingly, for the very first time in cricketing history, West Indies, two-time World Cup champions, have not managed to qualify for a World Cup. They will not play a World Cup this year, and it is a huge shocking thing for the West Indian fans and the cricketing fans across the globe, because you expect a team like West Indies, as I said, who have been two-time world champions, to come and play a World Cup, but it is what it is. They couldn't qualify. Zimbabwe was looking strong at one point, but unfortunately, they also bowed out. They also lost. And two teams that will travel to India, as I said, this year are Sri Lanka and Netherlands. As you can see the image on the screen, the happy faces, because playing a World Cup is a huge achievement. This is Netherlands' fifth appearance. This would be Netherlands' fifth appearance in the Cricket World Cup. The last they played was in 2011, and that too in India only. So after for 12 years they are back in the World Cup circuit, and they will play World Cup this year. So we wish them all the best, both the teams, and we wish that they put up a great fight and are good contenders to go on till the knockouts and the finals. Um, Apart from this, moving on to the very next news, is the Indian women's team versus the Bangladesh women's team. Yesterday, India women's versus Bangladesh women, they played in Bangladesh, and India beat Bangladesh by 7 wickets. Bangladesh was put into bat by India, and they scored 114 in their 20 overs with the loss of 5 wickets. Pooja Vastrakar, Meenu Mani, and Shifali Verma took 1 wicket each. India came out to bat, and they managed to chase down the score of 115 in 16.2 overs with just loss of 3 wickets. They scored 118 by the loss of 3 wickets in 16.2 overs. Harmanpreet Kaur, the skipper, was the pick of the batter, scoring 54 runs in 35 balls. She looks in great form. She has started the series with a great 50, along with Smriti Mandana, who scored a good 30-34 at the top order. The second T20 I will be played on 11th of July. That is tomorrow at the very same stadium. So we hope that the Indian women's team wins the series. They have started well. A seven-wicket victory is a good start for a series, and the skipper scoring a 50 is always a good sign for any team. So they would be hoping that Harmanpreet Kaur continues this form and India continues this form and goes on to win this T20I series. Now moving on to the very last piece of news. Akash Chopra, former India cricketer and now a cricket expert, have given his opinion on the Fab Four statement. As we all know, Fab Four, Virat Kohli, Kane Williamson, Joe Root, and Steve Smith are considered the Fab Four of world cricket for a very long time now, for the last 6 or 7 years. And but uh, Akash Chopra believes that there are no Fab Four now. There is only Fab Three, because one player, and that is he believes that Virat Kohli is no more in Fab 4 because of the test form that he is in the last 2 or 3 years, especially. He said, and I quote, Kane and Joe Root, no question about it. Steve Smith averaging 50 with 600s, no question about him. But David Warner and Virat Kohli at this point of time, they are not a part of Fab 4. There's no Fab 4 right now, there's Fab 3. So, as you all know, that David Warner was also, if he was not part of Fab Four, but he was always considered as one of the top batters, especially in Test cricket, also along with ODI cricket. He was considered as one of the top batters. But Akash Chopra believes that not just David Warner, but even Virat Kohli is not in the Fab Four right now because of the form he is in. Virat Kohli averages 48.1 in today's time in Test cricket, but in the last 2 to 3 years, he averages only 26, around 26. He has had only one century in the last 3 years, and that one Test century in the last 3 years, and that too was against Australia, the recently concluded Bodegwaskar Trophy this year, where he scored a good 170, 150 odd. So he believes, Akash Chopra believes that Virat Kohli's poor form in the last few years have pushed him out of this Fab Four debate, and he believes that Joe Root, Kane Williamson, and Steve Smith, who have been in the form of their life, who have been playing good for a long time, even the last year, they are still in the Fab Four. He continues on to say, you might think of adding Babar Azam's name in there, but while there's no doubt that he has scored runs in Test cricket, I don't think he's part of Fab Four at the moment. I'm only talking about Test matches here. So there was a debate. People used to say that since Pakistan skipper Babar Azam has been in a form of life for a long time now, might add him to the Fab 4, make it Fab 5. Many say that since Kohli is not informed, you can replace him with Papa, but Akash Chopra believes that you might think to add his name there, but no doubt he scored a lot of runs in Test cricket, but he's not a part of Fab 4 at the moment. He believes that he would have to score more, he would need to score more and be a more consistent in his performances to be added into a top four. And at the very end, he continues on to say, he concludes with the fact that Virat Kohli might actually make a comeback in the Fab Four, but he's not sure about Warner because his Test career, he thinks, is coming to an end. Warner is 36 years old. His Test career is almost towards his end. He's playing the Ashes, but he has been in a very poor form. So we'll have to wait and see if David Warner continue. He wants to play the last his last Test series against Pakistan in Feb next year at home and retire then. But we'll have to wait and see if he gets a chance after this Ashes, or if he is picked or not after this Ashes. But according to Akash Chopra, it's only Fab 3 now, and Virat Kohli, who can make a comeback, is for now out of the Fab Four, but that is his opinion, and you all are entitled to your own opinion. To please write down to us in the comment section. What do you think? Do you agree with Akash Chopra? Do you think that Virat Kohli has for now moved out of Fab Four, or can he make a comeback, or do you think that he is still a part of Fab Four? Please write to us. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us across all our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, even Threads now. Cricket Next is also on Threads. So please write to us, ask us questions, give your opinions. We do a morning bulletin Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. every day, and live at 6:30 p.m. every day. So please subscribe to our channel, stay tuned to our channel, give your opinions. We love to discuss cricket from with everyone. Rather, we have cricketing experts, we have followers, we have subscribers across the globe. So please ask us questions, give your opinions. Until then, please take care of yourself and have a great day. Good morning, everyone.
फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट।